Hello people and welcome yet another episode of Sandmans Tackle Time. Tonight we're going to do one on a breakaway conversion kit, which is going to be incorporated on a Shakespeare beta box. Here's the two here. Before I go into this video has been made possible by two very good friends of mine, two very good angling shops I must say. First of all, the box has come from what's on the front. That's Andy Rutherford's down there on Roker Avenue. I've got to hand the lad, I'm not just saying it lads, if you don't know Andy Rutherford, you've never been to his shop before, get yourselves down there. He's probably the best one-stop shop around here for certain. But what a cracking guy, I'll try and help you out and everything. He's a really good lad. That's the box. Now the conversion kit was donated for this video by Tony down there at Fishing Republic in their Hendon branch. Again, cracking shop, really good lad, gets really good baiting down there. Gandhi Copeland, you got some really good members of staff down there. If you want any good advice, any help, get yourselves down to there. If you can't get to Randy's or anything like that, both of these shops will help you as much as they possibly can. They really are, they're a good set of lads. Anyway, so tonight what we're going to do is I'm going to talk you through how to install the breakaway conversion kit onto the box, plus a little bit of extras what I've added just to make your life a little bit easier. Right, so let's get started. First of all, talk about the tools that you need. You'll need a drill, flathead screwdriver, Stanley knife, pliers, posi screwdriver, pin. That's just gaffer tape, waterproof gaffer tape. That's some masking tape, hence the 2 points there. And this is tape that's called As Hard As Nails. And I'll talk you through that. Last but not least, you'll need some conduit. There is the length there. Now conduit, here it is here. It's been cut down. I bought this out of a shop in Leachmere Industrial Estate. For those that don't know that, it's an industrial estate in a small town called Ryep, near Sunderland. It's actually in between Seam and Sunderland. And I paid, I think it was about £6, something like that, £6.50 for a 10-foot length, 3 metres. And all what it is it opens up, as you can see, like that. And I'll explain to you what's good about it shortly. Anyway, we'll just clip that back up there. I must say that you don't have to have the conduit on, it's just an optional extra, that's all. But I like to have it anyway, and I'll explain to you what I do with it in a minute. Another thing that you'll want, sorry I forgot to say it, was a ruler and obviously some drill bits. Now the drill bits I'm using tonight, I know some of you might sit back and go, why them's wood drill bits. Now I'll tell you the reason why I'm using wood drill bits. And the reason is, if you would like to zoom in, I'll just use the back of my hand so you can see. That there. That little point there. Now when you lining up to go to something and you draw across, you can put that dot there, that point on the dot, and it'll countersink the hole for you. It's there. At the end of the day, all the drill bits for us just to put a hole in something. They do the job, so if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Wood drill bits drill through this, absolutely no problem at all. The size that you'll need is 5mm. Excuse me. Right, we'll move these out the way because we don't need them at the moment. One of the things that I've done, first of all, I must say, is that just to save time, I've drilled a good chunk of the holes already, because you didn't really want to see his drill holes. I can tell you how to drill a hole, and we can go from there. Anyway, the first thing that you want to do is, obviously we've got the lid on. You'll notice that there's a piece, I think it's fiberglass, so it seems like it's fiberglass. This fiberglass rod runs along the hinge. All you want you to do is remove it. It just slides out like that. Put that to one side, and what you can do now is you can remove the lid, and by removing that lid it makes life a hell of a lot easier. You can now go into the box, it's not there, it's just easy, hell of a lot easier to work with. Anyway, that's the tray of the conversion kit. Now then, what I've done is these are the instructions that come with the box. And what you want to do first of all is, if you have a look on that point there, you'll have to zoom in. There is a little line just there, and you want to make sure that that line is dead centre of that part of the hinge there, as you can see I've done. Then what you do is just use clear tape, insulating tape, anything you like. I've just used clear tape in this case just to keep it in situ, so you can tape it in place and it's held there. Then what you want to do is, once you've done that, get yourself a 5mm wood drill bit. There's one there, in there. I'm not going to drill this because, like I say, I already have. And all you do is go in there. If you can just see, zoom in there where you can see that I've already done. You can see there's a cross. Obviously put that spiky bit there of the drill bit on that cross and put it through. It's no rocket science in fitting these kits at all, but I do believe if you do a little bit of homework before you start, things will go quite well. Because I will admit, I think on the first one that I ever got, I did bars it up a bit, like so. And these has been running what, 20 years now, going strong. I mean, tackle off to your breakaway, you hit the nail right on the head when you brought out these conversion kits. I think they're absolutely fantastic. Not so much when you're walking. Let's say, for argument's sake, you're going to park your car and maybe go for a mile walk before you will get to your venue of where you were going to fish. But if I've tried to do that. I've parked my car in a place called Dorden, which is a place in Same Harbour, and I've had about a mile's walk to a place called Hawthorne Point at the far end of the Blast Beach. Some of you might know where that is. It's quite a walk, and it just feels uncomfortable and this, that and the other, so I would probably favour a rucksack over that. But anything else, this is just absolutely fantastic, very comfortable over a short distance. Backrest on it, what more do you want? Happy days. Anyway, so you'll have gone round and you'll have gone zap zap 8 times and drilled all of your holes. Once you've done that, I'm just going to remove the tape. I know there'll be an absolute nation of yous out there that can fit these breakaway conversion kits with your eyes shut, but let's just keep in mind the lads that can't, they've never done it before. Anyway, so you've got to that point there, and there we are. As you can see, we've got all of the 8 holes. Coming round to the front of the box, for those that want Andy Rutherford's details, I'll just quickly hear on to Andy. If you want to zoom into the front, there's all the lads' details on the box. Like I say, Andy donated this box for this purpose, to allow this video to take place. He has asked me to mention that if you're not too keen on fitting your own conversion kit, he actually does them for you. So if you want to go down Andy Rutherford's and you're not too sure about fitting, you're not too capable with a drill, so to speak, and you want somebody else to do it for you, get yourself down Andy Rutherford's, he'll do it all for you. Anyway, that's that. So, getting onto the front of the box. Now you can see this is the part for the cam. There is the cam right there. And what it does, that would go onto there like so, and it locks off the handle, which is stopping your lid from opening. The hole that I've drilled there, there's the drill bit I used. It's 2mm, just for a pilot hole. That's all I used, 2mm drill bit, and I went straight through that hole. So what I've done is I've got that little thing, this guide here. I'll quickly tape it off. And as you can see, when I originally got that, it was a square piece of paper, and it tells you to cut out that part there, and that's all I've done. Then you stick that into position, little bit tape to hold it in place. Drill it through, you're done. Once you've done that, you can now discard that, you're done with it. Right, so now you can see that I've getting 2 pieces of of masking tape. The reason I've used masking tape for is because you can write on it. If I rip that off there, and I was to stick that there for argument's sake, and I've got your ruler. Now, if I was to get a pen, there's a one there, I could write all day in it, you wouldn't see it. Or if I wanted to measure, say, for argument's sake, 120mm from the side, I could put a mark there, put a mark there, drill in the centre, and I'm rocking and rolling. That's all the masking tape's for. Now what I've done here is I've added 2 extra holes. I wanted them nice and even, uniform, right in the middle as best as I could. So I put 2 pieces of masking tape there, and the reason I've done that is for this guy. Now we're getting onto the conduit. That conduit there simply slots onto that shelf. There's a shelf there. You've got the same shelf there, and you're going to actually use that as support. And what you do is that there slots there like that. If you can just see me that out, there it is there. Now that you know where it goes, I'll turn it around and face you. There you go. There's your hinge. Now what I've done with that is black gaffer tape. That's all it is. Put a length of black gaffer tape over the thing. Only put it halfway up, fold it over. There's my hinge. Now that will sit in situ there. It's already sitting there now. I can lift that lid up and I can put all sorts of bits and bobs in there. And you're going to see me actually fit that in a bit. Another thing I've done is this stuff. I wish you could feel how sticky it was. Obviously you can't because it's on camera. But that is extremely sticky, to say the least. Really sticky. It's hard as nails tape. Apparently I've never seen it before. But I think I paid, it was about $1.99 out of Wilkinson's, so I thought we'll give it a try. What I've done is I've covered the back of it. I'll just pop off that tape. And there it is there, just peels off like that. So I've covered the whole back, and I've also put a little strip across the bottom, and then that'll sit in situ. But I wasn't too happy with just leaving that hard as nails tape on there, so I'm going to use 1 screw in the middle, which is your cam screw, then 2 extra screws, which you're going to see is fit very soon. Right then, so what we'll do is we'll pop off this tape. Put that down there. Put that down there. Right, and there's your 3. So what we'll do is simply put that down into there. I'll just tip that over. It's very awkward for me to show you what I'm doing, so I'll just come round and I have to do it this way. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. This stuff is doesn't want to let go now. Crap and stuff that way. I'll try and remember this one, lads. This is the pennies dropped. That's what she uses to keep the purse out the way, lads. That's why I can't get into her purse. When I only want a pint, aye, I've got her sussed now. I don't mean to be ignorant, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'll show you in a minute. It's just, that stuff is very sticky. There you go, that's all I've done. There's your flap. You can see that now there. It's going nowhere, that's good stuff, that. Here it again, it's called hard as nails tape. You might have all seen it before, but I've never seen it. Hard as nails tape, Wilkinson's, $1.99. Well spent. Right. Anyway, we're getting that far. Now what I'll do is, we'll fit these screws. Now what I'm going to use today, I'll quickly just show you, is these little guys. You can see that there. Now if I put that on my hand, and what you do is you get that, and that screw goes through there, like so, and you get these lovely little black clips, and that's all you see. Anyway, I'll show you. Anyway, just before I go ahead, if you would like to do what I'm doing here, this is the measurements that come off the bottom of that. That there is 110mm in by 40mm down. So it's 110mm in the centre of that by 40mm down. That's in place now. Get your little black cap and that. slat. There, look at that for a finish. Fantastic. Right then, so what we'll do is we'll go to the other side and we'll repeat that again. There we go. Got a little black cap. Snap that on. Now that, to me, that doesn't look too bad, does it? I'll tell you now, there's your little shelf. You can put various, your glow bugs, your bits and bobs of cotton. You can put anything you want in there. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm over the moon with that. Great stuff. Right, now that we're finished with that, we'll get this cam on. Now the cam, for me, was always a little bit awkward because I've put the shelf in, and what I'm trying to do is I've got to try and get a screw on a diagonal angle to get the screw coming through so I can receive the cam. But with a little bit of perseverance you can get it, as you're about to see. That's it, got it. There we go. Well, that screw has just come through the front, and then you connect your cam. Just simply screw it on like so. There you go. That's your cam fitted. So you've now got your front cam fitted, your shelves fitted. You've got all your holes drilled. We're now ready. The box is now ready to receive the conversion kit. It's a little bit tricky when you try to fit these conversion kits. First off, there we are there. Now, in all the conversion kits that I've fitted over the years, I've never understood why we should use these to this day if you want to come and have a look at one of these. I know there's some sort of packer, maybe they're like some sort of washer, but I'll be truthful with you, and all the ones that I've used over the years, I've never used one of them yet. I don't think they make any difference. I'm not sure what they're actually for. So if you're watching this, please, a couple of replies on what they're for. Personally, I think there may be some sort of a washer, but I've never used them. The conversion kit's always stayed on absolutely fine for me. Right, another thing that you might find is when you've drilled the holes through, you might get a little bit of a ridge. So just get yourself a nice sharp Stanley knife blade, as you can see. Just take that little ridge off. There we go, that's lovely. And what that enables that to do is just for the conversion kit to sit nice and flush on the side there. That's great. Right, so what we're going to do is now we're ready to offer up the conversion kit to the box. First of all is get your internal tray, if you happen to have one. This internal tray, believe it or not, for those that don't know, you get the tray, you get these line clips that hold spools of line in place, and you also get the rail holders which are in there, but I'm not going to fit this and I'll explain why about that in a bit. So you need to make sure if you've got this internal tray, which retail for around about £15, £16. I've seen them as cheap as £13. Again, you can purchase these down there. Andy Rutherford's down there in Roker Avenue, and Fishing Republic do it. I've seen several other tackle shops. Anyway, so what we'll do is put that into place, as you can see, and get one of your bolts. And that's where you should be, just like that. And what we'll do is we'll quickly just put a nut on the back of there, just temporary, just to hold that in place. And then we're going to go and get another one right on the bottom, just like that, as you can see. Again, we'll put a nut onto that. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'll show you in a moment and quickly explain. Right then, so you've now got 2 bolts, both on the bottom holes, as you can see, and there's your sinker tray. You're now going to get your line holders and plonk your line holder in like that. So you're now going to end up there. By line holder, I think what it is, you put like a spool of line in place here. If I had one, I would have showed you, but anyway, we'll use this. If you can imagine that being a spool of amnesia for argument's sake, that would sit like that, and that would come over the top, and that little slit there obviously would feed your line. I've seen people use these for 1,000,001 things, insulating tape, shock leader, etc, etc. Each to the road, so that's where we are now. I've just slackened that off a little bit, because what we're going to do is we're going to slot the nuts into these little guides here. That's what we're going to do. Top ones first. So got a hold of it there. Try and make sure that they're nice and square, like what you cookie. So fantastic. Right, I'll now get my big screwdriver and tighten this up somewhat. I don't want it too tight, not at the moment. So all I'm doing at the moment is just like finger tight. As soon as you start to feel a little bit tension, stop it there. You don't want to send it home yet. There we go. Right, that's where we are now. You can just see it come in. You can see both bolts just there. Now what we're going to do now is pop through the next bolts. With the nut. Again, I need to turn this round so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So, hold your nut. I know you might be struggling to see there, but there we go. Now, could you imagine trying to fit this if that lid was still on? Very, very awkward. There we go. Again, don't send it home. Just a little bit of tension. Again, we're going to come onto this one and we'll repeat the process again. It's great, absolutely fantastic. Right, so we'll turn it round quickly here onto it again if you like to come in and have a look. There you can see your 2 screws there, your bolts I should say, and there's your 2 there. We're now going to go down into the bottom and we're going to put them into place. So I'll turn this around here. If you can just watch down there, you should see it come through. There's one. Get the nut into place. That's great. Fantastic. I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but believe all I'm doing is just what I've done on the top ones. Now, thinking back onto there, when I was hitting onto these guys, then there, I can now maybe understand, I'll just leave it there, I can now maybe understand that on the bottom, if they are meant to be a washer, so to speak, to avoid tear through, where the bolt doesn't pull through the side of the plastic, I could understand you using that there. But I would have thought, in my opinion, you are using 8 points of contact, 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom. Sure enough, that's enough to distribute the weight around where it wouldn't, where you wouldn't suffer from tear out. Saying that, if I will had a person here, that might cause tear out. just while I'm fitting this one, I'll just quickly talk you through the price of the boxes. I do believe that the boxes retail anywhere between 20 to £29.95, so we're around the £30 mark. The backrest conversion kit retails for around anywhere from about £37 to £42, depending on where you go. And the inside conversion kit, the accessory tray as it's known as, I've seen them retail as low as £13.50 and as high as £18.50. But you shouldn't be disappointed when you buy it, because they are fantastic pieces of kit. They really are. It speaks for itself. How many times do you walk along a pier, whether it be South Shields pier, same pier, Roker pier? How many times you walk past a Shakespeare beta box with a conversion kit on the back of it? Everybody's got them. Right, what I'm doing now is I'm warming them in now, and them are tight, very tight. Now we'll put that to one side. Move that. There we go. That there is one fitted, fully solid breakaway backrest, full conversion kit with your tray, if you like, ready to rock and roll. Now then, we'll put this to one side and we'll quickly hit on the lid. As you saw us before, I removed the fiberglass, I'm sure it's fiberglass, the fiberglass pin from the back. There it is there, that's all I've done. It just slots along in there like so, you can see it going along, and that's your hinge. Anyway, we'll leave that to one side. So, this is on the underside. As you can see, I've already started to do little bits and bobs what I do. Now all this white stuff here is I've purposely left it on because it's a sticky bag velcro that I use on my boxes. Now what I'll do is I'm going to remove one, and the reason I left it white is because I've used black. Now for photographic purposes I left the backing on, that's all I've done. There it is there. Now if I was to remove that, I've just got sticky bag velcro all along there to receive various tools that I take fishing, whether it be little spanners. You've seen it all before in one of the Sandmans Tackle Time. I once done an episode on the beta box, and I've showed you what various tools I have on the lid. I must say that doing all of these little bits and bobs while the lid's off just makes life a hell of a lot easier, to say the least, lads. A hell of a lot easier. So take my advice, for the 30 seconds to remove that pin. Oh, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, so we've got all that removed. A couple of pairs of nail clippers. I'm now going to leave that to that and reconnect the lid back onto the box. So we'll bring the box back up, and this is all you do is we'll put the cam back down, plonk that there. Fantastic that. Right then, so there's the pin. I'm just starting at this end. Here we go, pushing it through, pushing it through. I'll now get a screwdriver just to finish it off, because my fingers can't quite get in. And that's that. Right, that's it. It's as simple as that. Nice and easy. As you can see, I've already applied the cam. That just unscrews like that. You press that in, and then that opens up, and there is your lid. If you like to come in and just give that a whole butchers, give it a once over. Now, just briefly before I go, I'll quickly shut that. Another thing that you do get with the breakaway conversion kit is these guys. They're known as the rail tidies. And what they do is, I'll quickly open the box. They would sit just underneath your lid, like that, and you would put a rail in each one. This to me is where breakaway not failed, but I was never a fan of it. You all know what I'm going to say. The rubbers perish. How many times have you opened that lid and your rails has been on the bottom of your box? So for me, this wasn't really a good option. If you were using an Abu rail, an Achios rail, they seem to be built around them fantastic. But as soon as you got on a pen or a rail with a gearbox on the side of it, they just didn't accommodate them at all, which is a shame. That's when Dave Mills from Damel Tech Solution comes in. As we all know, Dave made the rail tidy from there. I can't fault it. I've actually been begging him for the past few days to see if he can make us a pair while I'm doing this video, and he's absolutely inundated with orders. He just couldn't throw us a pair in. So if you would like to see how you fit the rail tidies, please go back onto the video that I've done. It was called the Shakespeare Beta Box, and I'll show you how to install it. It's very easy. It's 2 screws through the lid into there, you're done. It's as simple as that. But please, for those that don't know Dave or Damel Tech Solutions, get in touch with them. Have a look at them rail tidies. They're solid. He got a pair of the rail tidies, he screwed them into the box, he put a couple of rails in it, and he flung the lot down the stairs. More to the point, he got down the bottom of the stairs and the rails were still in the box. They were still on the lid. I think you know as well as I do that if you've been using these, they wouldn't have. They would have been lying in the bottom of the box. So for me, I've never been a big fan of these. The rest of it, absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. But them, not so much. Anyway, very quickly, last thing, what I always like to do is a set of bungees. There they are there. I'm going to get a pair of pliers. What I'll do is I'll fit these properly later on. However, what I like to do is get your bungee and connect it to that point down there. There. That's what you're going to do. And what you do, the reason that you do that is once you've got it connected there, I always like to get 2 minutes. Right, that would go there. That would go there. Then what I would like to do is a cable tie up there, and I'll stop there, obviously, because when you unloosen that, your backrest comes up. The reason I do that is I put one there, I put one on the other side, as I'll quickly show you. There you go. Then come there. If you have a jacket or something on there, that would come over the top, like so. And I always slot it under your cam like that. There's one done. Let's pop that off there. That comes over and that slots under there like so. You can then attach your bait. If you had like some sort of cooler bag, you could have put that on the top of there. You're doing a little bit of a water and you don't want to wear your flotation jacket, it can go underneath there. It's got a multitude of sins what you can do just for a simple, what, I think I paid about £3 for a couple of half decent bungees. So that's that. Anyway, just briefly, I'll crack them off. There's one off, there's 2 off. There's your box open. And that's it, complete. And that is the end of another Sandmans Tackle Time. Just before I go, I'd like to hear on to thank you all for your support. It's absolutely fantastic to say the least. The numbers on YouTube, the rest of it is just through the roof. And it's absolutely great. To the lads in Singapore and Australia, you're a great set of lads. We're here all the way up this end of the world. Great set of lads. Thank you so much for your support. The things that you send through, the post bits and bobs. You're a really good set of lads. Thank you very much. To the rest of yous and all yous, I wish yous, from me and the team at Sandmans Tackle Time, we wish yous a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't drink too much. Yeah, I know you're not going to take any notice of that. Yous have a good one. Be safe, and I'll see yous all in the new year. Bye bye.